along now to Melody Roundup. If you like your music Western style, stick around, because here's the king of the cowboys, Roy Rogers.
Whoa, Triggers! Welcome to the Double R Bar Ranch, folks. Doggone, it's awfully nice having you with us. Say, Gabby Hayes.
Right here, son, right here. But I ain't as spry as I ought to be, though. I ain't got the pep of a hamstrung goat.
Well, what's the matter, Pappy? You're usually sharper than a note from a tax collector.
Nah, seems like I bowed a tendon or something, Roy. I went lame my left hind foot all at once. Can't hardly walk.
Well, sit down over there and get the weight off of it. Maybe we ought to call it...
Hi, Roy. Hello, Gabby.
Dale Evans. Hiya, Dale.
Excuse me if I don't get up, Miss Dale. I've went lame my left hind foot this morning. Yeah, it's as full of pain as a greenhouse window.
Gee, that's too bad, Gabby. But they're probably just growing pains, so...
Well, thank you, Miss Dale. With all the work there is around here, it's got me worried.
Oh, the boys will probably save most of the work for you, Gabby.
That's what's got me worried.
Well, it's just too bad if a fellow can't enjoy a little illness without...
Roy.
Yeah?
Oh, something awful's happened. Oh, howdy, Miss Dale.
Hello,
Gabby.
Pat.
Oh, simmer down, butt ram. Simmer down there, will you?
Simmer down.
Yeah.
You don't know what's happened, that's what. Something terrible, Roy. I've been robbed.
Robbed?
My money's gone. Disappeared right out of the bunkhouse. My entire life savings.
Oh, Pat, your life savings.
Yes, ma'am. The whole $4.
Oh, life savings, $4. You ain't had much of a life, have you, butt ram?
Well, you must have mislaid it someplace, Pat. I'd hate to think anybody around here'd take anything that didn't belong to them, even if it was only money. Well, where did you have it, anyway?
Well, after I counted it last night, Roy, I put it in my secret hiding place. 4 big silver dollars. When I got up this morning, it was gone.
Oh, it will probably turn up someplace, Pat. Don't worry.
Well, sure it will. We'll ask around about it. Bob Nolan, you and the Sons of the Pioneers keep an eye out for Pat's money, will you? Sure will. It'll show up, Pat. Now, you just relax and take it easy, will you?
Oh, quiet down, butt ram. Quit trying to get everybody's mind off me, will you?
Sorry, Gabby, but gee whiz,
Me a-sitting here with a pain in my foot, clean up to my pistol pockets. You come busting in and give me another one in my neck.
Yeah, but if you'd lost your life savings...
Sing something to get my mind off my misery, Roy. Sing something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing we've been talking about.
Okay, Pappy. Pioneers, gather around and start us off on an old tune called I'm Thinking Tonight of My Blue Eyes. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of her only, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me. Would be better for us both had we never in this wide and wicked world to have met. For the pleasures that we both seen together, I am sure, love, I'll never forget. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of her only, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me. Oh, you told me one time, dear, that you loved me, and we promised that we'd never part. But a link in the chain that's been broken, leaving me now with a sad and aching heart. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of her only, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me.
Yes, sir. That was mighty pretty, son. Mighty pretty.
Well, I'm sure glad you liked it, Gabby. Say, Pat, haven't you got any clues at all about where your money might have gone to?
Nary a clue so far, Roy. This ain't the first time my family's had trouble with a robbery, though. My Uncle Spencer, he went through 4 of them.
4 robberies?
Yeah.
Gee, that is tough.
Yes, and they finally caught him, too. The police, they claimed Uncle Spence stole a mule, but he got up in court and proved he didn't do it.
Good. Proved he was innocent, did he?
Yeah, in fact, he was so innocent that they let him keep the mule.
Well, you know, things like that can lead a fellow astray, Pat.
Oh, we're real proud of Uncle Spencer, Roy. He went out after that, and he really made his mark in the world.
Well, good for him.
Yes, sir. He can't write his name, so he just makes his mark now. He's made quite a name for himself in the hold-up business.
The hold-up business?
Mhm.
Pat, you mean he's an outlaw?
No, ma'am, a suspender salesman. The only trouble he's had with the law lately was when the suspenders he sold the mayor, they busted, and the mayor sued him.
Sued him? What was the charges?
Non-support. Uncle Spence, he didn't have to pay nothing, though. He was bankrupt at the time.
You mean bankrupt.
No, he tore his pants at the First National. He was working as a counterfeiter in his spare time, and he...
A part-time counterfeiter? Well, what did he do, Pat?
He'd just take 2 counters and fit them together. It wasn't hard.
Well, you certainly have an interesting family, Pat.
That's what the family says, Miss Dale. I know if I had Papa here right now, he'd solve what happened to my money all right. He's quite an amateur detective, Papa is.
Oh, I didn't know that, Pat.
Oh, he's just like on the radio, Roy. He listens to Elmer E. Queen and Zero Wolf and all them fellers there. While the folks around home say he's a regular silo Vance.
Silo Vance, Pat. You know what a silo is, those tall things full of corn.
Miss Dale, that describes Papa to a T. He's a... Hey, I better hunt for my money.
And he thinks his papa is full of corn. If that boy ever shakes all the hay out of his hair, we can feed the stock all winter long.
Well, I hope he does find his $4, though, Roy. But in the meantime, if you felt like singing a song, I could maybe help you out a little.
That's the best offer I had today, Dale. Country, how about wait until I get my sunshine in the moonlight, huh? Wait till I get my sunshine in the moonlight. Wait till I get her 'neath the western sky.
With the yucca and the sage all around to set the stage.
And the stars are making faces in her eyes.
Wait till he finds the moon above on my side.
I'll get her beneath that good old Indian sign. Wait till I get my sunshine in the moonlight. That's when I'll make my sunshine, reluctant little sunshine. That's when I'll make my sunshine mine. I'm in love with sunshine, my darling little sunshine. But does she love me? I'd like to know.
Soon you're gonna find out. You'd better speak your mind out the very next time the moon is low. So wait till you get your sunshine in the moonlight. Wait till you get beneath the western sky.
With the yucca and the sage all around to set the stage. And the stars are making faces in her eyes. Wait till she finds the moon above on my side. I'll get her beneath that good old Indian sign. Wait till I get my sunshine in the moonlight. That's when I'll make my sunshine.
Reluctant little sunshine.
That's when I'll make my sunshine mine.
like that.
Yes, sir, that was fine, Miss Dale. That was as pretty as the sun shining on a nest of sage hen eggs in a cactus patch.
Oh, thank you, Gabby.
Yes, sir, you're a mighty fine little singer, Miss Dale.
Well, now, just a minute. You know Roy was with me on that song.
Yes, sir, I can listen to you sing all day, Miss Dale.
Gabby, how about my singing?
Son, you ain't got a thing to worry about. Even as good a singer as Miss Dale is, she'll never be the cowpuncher that you are.
Well, thanks for those good words, Pappy. I don't think Dale would care for punching cattle anyway.
No, Sir Roy, not me. That range life is just a little too lonesome. How about that, Bob Nolan?
Why, Miss Dale, you don't know what lonesome is until you've been herding cows.
Really?
Why, it's so lonesome the country Washburn. Will you try it? Why, it's so lonesome the country Washburn and Foster Carling had wrote a song about it, and I'd like to have country help us out with it. Will you do that, Pappy?
When the hoot owl toots his tooloo to the wail of the nipwick hen, and the ching fung chirps in the chilly night, it's mighty lonesome then, and it's mighty lonesome when the wind howls through the jack pine boughs. But you don't know what lonesome is till you get to herding cows.
Do me I'm a do me I'm a stay all alone, all alone. Do me I'm a day, do me I'm a day, cowboy blues, cowboy blues.
Oh, the keeper of the lighthouse and the sailor man at sea, and the lookout on the mountaintop ain't got a thing on me, 'cause I got all the lonesomeness the common law allows. And you don't know what lonesome is till you get to herding cows.
Do me I'm a do me I'm a stay all alone, by myself, doggone cow,
Doggone cow. You know, we always hate to stay so long, but that's all for today. Roy Rogers, Dale Evans, and all his gang will be coming your way again real soon. That, of course, means that I'll be there, too. And by me, well, that's Big Jack Little saying goodbye and good luck to all of you.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.
Come along now to Melody Roundup.
Get around for some top-flight music and song from out of the West. And here's the king of the cowboys, Roy Rogers.
welcome to the Double R Bar Ranch, folks. Doggone, it's really swell having you with us. Hey, where's my foreman, Gabby? Hey, Gabby.
Right here, son. Ready for anything. I'll rattle a steer or bulldog a that blame dude.
Well, I never saw a steer you couldn't throw, Pappy.
Or the bull either.
You're sure right about that. Say, how are you making out with the dudes?
Well, one of them kind of baffles me, Roy. That J.P. Bustleby.
Oh, you mean the big executive from New York? Well, he was here about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's the one. He got me feeling like a busted straight in a no-limit game. If he's got a seat on the New York Stock Exchange, like he says, I wish he'd go back and sit down.
Hiya, fellas. I hope I'm interrupting something interesting.
Dale Evans, hiya, Dale.
Howdy, Miss Dale. Howdy.
We were just talking about our dude of the week, Bustleby, the popcorn king.
Oh, yes. Say, he's quite the big shot, isn't he? They tell me he reads the stock market quotations before he even looks at the funnies.
Yeah, even on his vacation, he's busier than... Oh, here he comes now. Hello, J.P.
Hello, Rogers. How do you do, Miss Evans? There he is. Rogers, can you tell me where Buttram is? I'm very anxious to contact him.
Pat? Oh, he's around someplace, J.P. Anything I can do?
No, the cook tells me Buttram has a message for me from Wall Street. I hope my messages will be delivered around here without delay.
Oh, don't worry about a thing. If Pat's got a message for you, you'll get it soon.
Yeah, you'll get something like it sooner or later. Well, I'll go look for him myself. I suppose
Well, I expect to hear from Merrill, Lynch, Pierce, Penna, and Bean today in Wall Street.
Well, would you just as soon hear from Perryman, Spencer, Nolan, Farr, and Farr right now?
I can spare a moment, yes. I trust you'll join them.
That I will, J.P. Country Washburn, start the Sons of the Pioneers and me off with If You're Ever Down in Texas, Look Me Up, will you? If you're ever down in Texas, look me up.
Look us up.
If you're ever down in Texas, look me up.
Drop around.
Where the men are men and love it, and the gals are sure glad of it. If you're ever down in Texas, look me up. Everybody's gonna holler, howdy doody.
Howdy doody.
Everybody there'll be saying, how are you?
Hi-yo.
We raise corn for hot tamales and grow dollies for the follies. If you're ever down in Texas, look me up. Ask anyone for Rusty, everybody there knows me. They'll tell you where I'm riding at bar A, B, C, or D. If you're ever down in Texas, look me up.
Come on down.
We've got everything in Texas looking up.
Looking fine.
Every cowboy is a dandy, though his legs are bowed and bandy. If you're ever down in Texas, look me up. Partner Dusty always rides the range with me. His smile is just as homey as a Texas melody. If you're ever down in Texas, look me up. We've got everything in Texas looking up. Bronco bustin', take some practice, or you'll wind up on a cactus. If you're ever down in Texas, look me up.
Well, Rogers, I can't upset my vacation schedule any longer. I shall be horseback riding for the next 62 minutes. Have that message delivered to me on the trail as soon as possible.
Well, if there's anybody around that can catch up with you, you'll sure get it, J.P.
Very well, Rogers. Now then, Lion, as I'm saying.
Why don't you get Mr. Bustleby a walkie-talkie, Roy?
Because they talk back.
You know, I'll bet he has made and lost fortunes during the rise and fall of a kernel of popcorn.
Hey, say, Roy.
Hello, Pat.
Hi, Pat.
Howdy, Miss Dale. Roy, do you know where Mr. Bustleby is? I got an important message for him.
You're just a little too late, Pat. J.P. has been gone long enough for a horseback ride, a mountain climb, and 2 games of gin rummy.
I wish he'd light someplace. Finding him is just like finding a flea in a fog bank in the dead of night.
Well, you know how it is with those fellas in the stock market, Pat. Always high prices.
Oh, they sure are, Roy. My uncle, he was in that business for a while.
Really?
Yeah, he was as nervous as a mule in a meat shortage.
Your Uncle Pat?
Yes, ma'am. J. Pierpoint Buttram.
Oh.
He had a seat on the New York curb for a while, but a policeman come along, made him move.
Well, did he make any money?
Oh, he done that later, Roy. Uncle Pierp, he went into Wall Street, and then he really cleaned up.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, sir. He had the biggest broom and the fullest trash can in town. Why, he had a handle on his broom that is 300 foot long.
300 feet long? For what?
So he could sweep the whole block a setting down. Hey, I better go hunt up that Bustleby feller, though, cause...
Oh, say, Pat, before I forget it, I want to thank you for helping out over at the Circle E yesterday. You know, you're really getting to be a first-class cowboy.
Well, thank you, Miss Dale. Gabby says so, too.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, when he ain't calling me a first-class something else. Gabby, he says if I keep on for a few more years, I'll earn my RCN degree.
RCN? What's that?
Registered cow nurse.
Oh.
Now, like I was telling you, your nephew this morning, Miss Dale.
Little Arthur? Oh, what about him? I hope he doesn't get into trouble. That kid...
That boy's into more jams than an ant at a picnic. But he just shakes things off like a wet spaniel, though.
Oh, what's your score so far today, Pat?
Well, this morning, he bulldogged a calf and got thrown in the horse trough first. And then I dried him off and took him into town with me, and he roped a steer and rode it right down Main Street.
Oh, dear.
And then he got to fooling around, and a big bull charged
Oh,
him.
no, Pat. The bull down at the barn?
No, ma'am, the bull down at the police station. Charged him with disturbing the peace. But he let him off with a talking to.
Well, I'll give him a talking to with gestures. I don't know what I'm going to do.
well, he's just playful, Miss Dale, that's all. Hey, say, I better hunt up that Bustleby
Well,
fella.
maybe you'd better, Pat. He's out riding someplace, and he's mighty anxious to get that word from Wall Street.
And I'm anxious to get rid of it, too. I ain't sat down for a minute since I got it.
You been running after him?
No, I was horseback riding myself, and I just don't feel like sitting down for a while. The hardest horse I
That nephew of yours is really full of dynamite, isn't he, Dale?
What am I going to do with that boy, Roy? He's always into something.
Well, you just take him too seriously, Dale. You know what I'd do if I were you?
Well, I'm open to suggestions.
I'd forget little Arthur for a while and unravel a song. How about it?
Well, I'll try. It takes time to get your gal to see the light. It takes time. It isn't always love at sight. From the first little glance till she's ready for romance. Remember, little man, it takes time. It takes time to make the coffee percolate. It takes time to get your gal to set the date. From the first moonlight glow till you get the baby caught. Remember, little man, it takes time. Now Rome wasn't built in a day, they say, not to mention the pyramids and Sphinx. It took old Rip Van Winkle all of 20 years to squeeze the living daylight out of 40 winks. It takes time to turn the winter into spring. It takes time to get the dough, to get the ring. From the first little smile till you're walking down the aisle. Remember, little man, it takes time. Speaking of time, just look it through it. Took an hour for type power to fill on the screen. So look at it, pal, when you're out with your gal. Just use your old feet. First use your mind. Oh, what a line when you walk through the park. Be sure that it's dark. Remember, little man, that it takes time.
That's what I mean, Dale. That was mighty pretty. Bob Nolan and the Sons of the Pioneers should have heard that one.
They look very unhappy tonight. Oh, hello, Bob. What's the sad news, huh?
Hiya, Roy. We've been looking for that Bustleby fella, but Pat's got an important message for him, but we can't locate the man.
Well, then Wall Street will just have to carry on without him for a while, I guess.
Suppose so.
You boys might just as well light a spell and sing something if you're in the mood.
Well, do you think Blue Prairie would be lively or be too lively for the mood we're in?
You boys ought to know. Tim Spencer wrote it, so let's hear it, huh? Big Jack Little, have you anything to say?
Not much, Chuck Harris, except I hope everyone enjoyed our get-together of Western music and song. Before you put on the finishing touch, I'd like to say so long and take care of yourself.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education. Come along now to Melody Roundup.
Hey, gang, if you like your music Western style, stick around. Because here's the king of the cowboys, Roy Rogers.
Welcome to the Double R Bar Ranch, folks. Doggone it,
It's awfully nice having you with us again. Oh, Gabby Hayes.
Whoa, whoa, Mignon, whoa. Here I am, Roy. Don't worry about a thing, son. I'm right with you.
Well, good.
Yes, sir. Through thick and thin. You got a fight coming up, I'm just the fella that'll hold your coat for you.
Well, it gives me a mighty good feeling to have you standing by, Pappy. Stand by. Oh, Dale Evans.
Whoa, Lobo! Whoa, baby! Whoa, Texas Sandman! Howdy, Roy. How's the favorite son of the Old West this morning?
Well, I'm just fair, Miss Dale, now that you ask. But... Oh. Yeah, you mean Roy, don't you?
Well, I really meant both of you, Gabby, my two favorite cowhands.
Well, I don't know if I'm a cowhand or a farmhand today, Miss Dale. The cook says I got to dig him up a garden patch so we can plant it.
Dig up a garden?
Yeah, doggone it, and I don't like that kind of work.
What kind of work do you like, Pappy?
You know, son, that's a good question. What I mean, though, is...
Well, hold it a minute, Gabby. Here comes Pat Buttram.
Look at that blame mule of his. If that ain't the flop-earedness, lopsidedness piece of...
Whoa, Fleetwood, whoa!
What in the world was that?
Oh, Fleetwood always stops that way, Miss Dale. His mama was scared by a taxi cab.
Oh.
Howdy, everybody.
Hey, and that cloud of dust coming up the road ought to be the... Yep, it is. It's the Sons of the Pioneers.
Well, I'll be doggone. Yes, sir. All six of them on one horse. That's the longest horse I ever saw.
All right, all you rootin' tootin' cowhands gather around here and let's do a little bragging. Country warsmen, lead away, will you? I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed and my cheeks ain't tanned. I'm a cowboy who never saw a cow and never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how, and I sure ain't a-fixin' to start him now. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I learned to ride, or I learned to stand. I'm a riding fool who is up to date. I know every trail in the Lone Star State, 'cause I ride the range in a Ford V8. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
I'm a hip cow gal, just a cowpoke pal, and I learned to ride round the old corral. Well, we aren't so horsey around our way. We don't say howdy, we just say hey.
And the boys don't answer, they all just neigh. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay,
Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
He's an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but his legs ain't cold and his cheeks ain't tan.
There's a moo cow, what his name is but Ram, a mule-eared wrangler from Alabama. What he can't tell beef from Virginia ham.
Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay,
Hey, yippee!
he's an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and he learned to ride, or he learned to stand.
Oh, Gabby Hayes, he ain't no slouch. He's a part-time goat with a full-time grouch. He looks to me like a busted cow.
Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, where the West is wild, around the borderland, where the buffalo roam around the zoo, and the Indians make you a rug or two.
And the double bar R is a barbecue.
Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
Ah, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
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 Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
Hey, country, get us out of this thing, will you?
Doggone, that ought to scare a drugstore outlaw right off of his stool.
Doggone it, Roy, it ain't dignified. A rip-snorting, gun-toting old westerner like me spading up a garden patch. I ain't going to do it.
Well, shucks, Pappy, don't tell me about it. Go tell the cook.
I did tell him. Cookie, I says. I'll do anything around this ranch that needs doing. Just as long as I can do it on horseback.
Spoken like a true cowboy.
Yeah, but what did he say to that?
Didn't say a word. Just handed me a long-handled shovel.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm going back and argue with him some more. I ain't no farm hand.
Just look at that walk on him, Roy. He's tired just thinking about it.
Yeah, well, I'd hate to do any digging around this place right now anyway. It's harder than a saddle after a 3-day ride.
You know, I'll bet he gets out of it some way if he has to really...
Hello there. Howdy, Miss Dale. Hold up, Fleetwood. Whoa, how'd do? Roy, would you mind telling me how I'm... Excuse me, Miss Dale, I'd like to have you meet Fleetwood here. Fleetwood, this is Miss Dale.
Boy, he's sure not bashful, is he?
Oh, he's always showing off, Roy. You'll have to excuse him, Miss Dale. Doggone it, or to give him to the Smithfield Institute.
Oh, no, Pat. You mean Smithsonian Institute.
No, Smithfield. He's the biggest ham I ever saw. He's been acting like this ever since he won that intelligence contest last week.
Your mule won an intelligence contest?
Oh, it wasn't nothing for him to get so puffed up about, Roy. There's only 3 contestants in it.
Only 3?
Yeah, just me and Gabby and Fleetwood. Shucks, I won 3rd prize myself.
Well, good.
Well, he must be a pretty smart mule at that, Pat.
Well, he is when he wants to be, Roy. I had an argument with an Indian feller about him yesterday. The feller insulted Fleetwood, and believe me, I made that Indian dust a bite.
Oh, you mean bite the dust, Pat.
No, Fleetwood bit him, and I made him dust the bite with sulfur powder. I've been trying to teach him some tricks, Roy, like Trigger does, but he just won't learn. That mule can be as stubborn as people sometimes.
Well, maybe he just can't learn them, Pat. After all, you know Trigger is a very unusual animal.
Sure he is.
Now, like this morning, Fleetwood got me into more trouble. I told him to go down to the bunkhouse and bring back a pair of my pants in his teeth. But he come back with a pair of Gabby's pants.
Well, that shouldn't have caused any trouble.
Oh, you got no idea, Miss Dale. Gabby was still in them.
Well, you better not strain his brain with too many tricks, Pat. After all, Fleetwood is just a mule. Trigger does tricks that a mule could never do.
Now, don't you underestimate Fleetwood, Roy. I saw Trigger walking around with both front feet off of the ground, so I went and taught Fleetwood to lift all 4 of his feet off of the ground.
Oh, now, wait a minute,
Now,
Pat.
he can stay that way for 5 minutes at a time.
With all 4 feet in the air?
Yes, sir.
Oh, stop kidding, Pat.
Okay, all right. Fleetwood, lay down and roll over on your back. That's it. All 4 feet up in the air. See there?
It looks like Pat's mule is smarter than we gave him credit for, Roy.
I don't think Trigger will get too jealous, Dale, but say, we've been getting some letters here at the Double R Bar Ranch from folks who'd like to hear the words, all the words of our theme song.
Well, I'd kind of like to hear him again myself, Roy.
Good. You and the Sons of the Pioneers join in here, will you? And let's give them Bob Nolan's famous Tumbling Tumbleweed. And for old time's sake, I'd like to kind of join in the lead.
Leave them tumbling down, pledging our love to the ground. Only but free I'll be found, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed. Cares of the past are behind, nowhere to go but I'll find just where the trail will wind, drifting along with a tumbling tumbleweed.
I know when night has gone that a new world's born at dawn.
the Pioneers, and thank you, Dale. And I hope the folks like the words as well as the music, for that sure is one of the West's favorite songs. Now,
Hey, Roy.
Yeah,
I've been
Gabby?
talking to the cook about spading up that garden.
How'd you make out, Gabby?
Shucks, I told him I ain't no dirt farmer. Never hired out spade no garden. I can't stand to be around the things at all.
Well, look, Gabby, what did the cook say when you told him all this?
He said it was just too bad. Said if I didn't get that garden patch dug up for him today, he wouldn't cook me a bite to eat all summer.
Well, now, don't you let him bluff you, Gabby.
No, sir.
You just tell him you'll do your own cooking.
Did you ever eat any of my cooking, Miss Dale? I better get a shovel and get busy at that digging.
Well, let's have some music to get him started, fellas. How about a few fast bars from Hugh and Carl Farr? Brothers, make some music, will you?
Gets away from us here on Melody Roundup. That's all for today, but we'll be back with more top-flight Western music and song. So long, and take care of yourself. And now, Chuck Harris, how about you?
Well, that's simple, Jack. Just a reminder that this is the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.